Well, the end of the game, missed some free throws, missed some shots, broke down a little bit. We got to get better finishing, but a young team learns that. But what I was proud of is they fought, and that's a huge team, and they had to fight to survive. And we got down early, and it looked like what everybody said would happen. We're going to get smashed, and then all of a sudden we're up. And then there's one play at the end of the half. We're up 10. Throws, like, why'd you do that? And now they come down, they make a three, and it changes. Got back up, but again, we were trying to post the ball, and we didn't. Like, guys were dancing and just throw it in there, But I was proud of them. I mean, Robert went on a run. Other guys that didn't play well offensively rebounded and defended pretty good. I thought Reed was good. Jordan Burks was really good. I mean, he was whatever minutes he had, he was a plus 19, and it was all based on energy and effort and all those kind of things.
Cal, in a game like this, especially early in the season, how do you balance riding hot hands versus knowing even when they're not making shots, I'm gonna need DJ, I'm gonna need Justin. You need to let them play through it.
Yeah, you just in the game. I'm playing the game as it's unfolding. I'm not even thinking of somebody's ego at that point. They're gonna have to grow up fast to be here. So.
John over here, over this side. Took 38 threes. I'm guessing that wasn't totally the game plan. Is that just the way things developed?
Well, we had 4 at the end where we were trying to post the ball, and I think 3 of the 4 were air balls. And you just, we're a young team. I mean, Adu is young. He's 19, so you might as well say. He's a freshman. He didn't play much last year. So you're out there with a bunch of young guys, and I've got to do a really good job of showing them how to finish games. And then part of it is who should be in when you're finishing the game. Like, I got to figure that out. Like, if you're going to miss 5 straight shots at the end of the game, you can't be in then. Somebody else has got to be in. If you're not defending, if you're again, we had another game against the number 1 team in the country that's physical, deserves to be number 1. And we have 8 turnovers. And a couple of them were, he got his arm grabbed. Did you get your arm grabbed on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that. I was going to say that. But, there was a lot of good. I mean, we didn't have the 20 minutes. By fouling, you knew what we were doing by running. And we got to them. And then we start fouling. So what happens when you foul like that? And they were not good fouls. Like, why'd you grab? Why did you reach in? If you were in bad position, let them score, because the game keeps going. Now you're trying to run people down until you can get some breakouts, and they got to call timeouts, and that's your advantage. But we're learning. This was, none of us are happy that we lost the game. And I'm not happy. I got work to do to help them finish games off. Figure out who needs to be in at the end of those games. But to come in this environment with this, everything that goes with this, the bells and whistles, and they perform like they did, I couldn't ask for much more other than make some free throws and a shot down the stretch and win.
John, you've got 3 guys who are sidelined right now. How did that complicate your effort to defend Hunter Dickinson tonight without those other bodies?
Yeah, one guy's misery is another guy's opportunity. So Jordan did well, Adu did well, and they're taking advantage. So when these guys come back, we'll figure it out. The good news is they're basketball players too. They're not just big guys. They can pass it, they can shoot it, they can bounce it. They may be 7'2", but they're basketball players. So the stuff that we're doing with Trey out on the floor, they can do too.
Coach, you had another former Wildcat come in the locker room, John Wall, after the game. Did he have a message or?
Yeah, he was good. But when you're not making shots, you got to do something else to help your team win. Basically, is what he said, wasn't it?
Yes.
So it was great to see him. He's just loyal and appreciates the opportunity he had here, and his mother loved it. She was the best. You know, she would come in after he was gone. She'd come in. So,
Cal, I know you've kind of mentioned here a couple of times how good Adu was tonight, but I was hoping you could expand just a little bit more. I mean, his first career double-double, almost had a double-double in the first half.
he fought. He played hard. He subbed himself. I had one guy that refused to sub himself. He missed 3 shots and turned the ball over. You're exhausted. Come out. It's not high school. He subbed himself. He subbed himself 3 or 4 times. And to play the way we're trying to play fast and random, you have to be in great shape. And the second thing is you got to sub yourself when you feel winded. But he played above the rim, went and got balls, was physical. He was good.
Cal, as a follow-up to that, I know with any number you can kind of spin it any way you want it, but isn't it kind of shocking to see that he had the worst plus-minus on the team?
I saw that, and I was
doesn't make any
surprised.
sense to me.
Well, let me say why. Because the start of the game he was in, and it was a bad start. And then there was a stretch in the second half where we were even, and then they made a run at us, and he was in during that time. So that's why he was a minus 20-something. And then Jordan was a plus 19. So you look at Jordan and say, why was that? He just played with unbelievable effort and changed the game. He and this guy here, Reed, they walked in and the game changed. So we got a good group. I mean, I enjoy going in the gym every day, trying to figure out how I can help each of them. They want to win. We got dogs. You can't be young like we are. My guess is we're the youngest team in the country. That would be my guess, because Trey's the only, well, you got Antonio Reese, but everybody else is 19, 18. They're all young. And you can't win with a group like that unless they are dogs. Like they'll battle, they'll bite, they'll go in, and they're not gonna, just give up and let you do what you want. So, all right, you want to ask these guys questions? Go right ahead.
Guys, for both of you, Cal talked yesterday about just excited to see how you guys handle the moment and kind of not think about the moment, just kind of play free. Do you guys feel like you did that, and how do you guys feel like you handled this first big moment of the season?
Our main mindset coming into this game was to go out there and just have fun, just to, enjoy the game, go out, play together as a team, fight, and just have fun playing against them. And I think we did a pretty good job of that in the first half. And then I think that's when when the age came into everything, we started looking at each other, looking around, trying to figure everything out. And we should have just, kept having fun the whole game, and could have been a different turnout.
Yeah, like Adu said, coming in, it was just have fun and enjoy playing. And I think we were doing that in the first half. We were flying, and then Kansas went on a little run. And Kansas is a good team, have really good players, some of the best players in the nation. So this was a good game for us. I think just we'll build from it and just continue to get better and work and practice and keep competing and keep fighting, and then just keep getting better for next games like this.
Adu is somebody that knows what it's like to step out there as a freshman at Kentucky. What were your impressions of the way that Reed and Rob were able to perform against the #1 team in the country, Game 3?
They definitely came out and did their things. We were down a little bit at the beginning. They came in the game and changed all the energy and everything. Him, Rob, Jordan, they all went out, fought, got stops. I think we got 3 kills. That's what we call it. We got 3 kills in a row, and that's how the whole game flipped, and we were able to get a lead from there. Adu, how difficult was it to deal with Hunter Dickinson, and how much talking was he doing out there during the game? He's a good player. He was able to get to his spots, get in the post, go up and finish it. He was talking a decent bit of smack, but, it's part of the game, so it's all love.
Got a question for each of you, and you can answer in either order that you want. Adu, I guess first off for you, just how much confidence does this give you to have that kind of performance against like the #1 team in the country?
It feels good to have this type of performance, but when you don't walk away with a W, it doesn't really feel the same.
And then Reed, obviously, I know the desperation kind of heave there at the end was not what was drawn up for you guys to do. Can you kind of take me through what the play was supposed to be before that all kind of unfolded the way it did?
Yeah, I mean, Coach drew up a good play. We were trying to either get a corner three or Tonio to get a good shot at it. Coach drew up a good play, and like Kansas guarded it well, and we just had to give it to Trey, and then Trey made a good play happen, and I missed the shot. And that's part of it. But Coach drew up a good play, and just Kansas just guarded it well.
This one's for you. Obviously, Calipari kind of just explained there why that number was the way it was, but was it frustrating for you when you were out there and it felt like you were doing a lot of good things, but Kansas just kept kind of going on runs when you were out there?
Going on runs is part of the game. You know, team will go on their run, you'll go on yours. It's just who can have more runs. So the whole time we were just trying to, run the floor, get the ball up, try and score in transition, but Kansas was able to, defend that better in the second half. But we'll learn from it. We're a young group. We'll get over it.